Nerd reactor, roll out.
What's up, everybody? John here, and this time we'll be talking about The Exorcist, a Believer, and getting into this a little bit about my experience with The Exorcist. And I recently watched the first Exorcist for the very first time. I can appreciate the movie for its time, like when it came out. It's not something I would want to watch again, but I just appreciate just what it has done for just supernatural horror films, especially with things like The Conjuring, etc., just paving the way forward, and just a lot of the pop culture references that I've seen throughout, including Austin Powers.
I need an old priest and a young priest. The power of Christ compels you.
So yeah, with The Exorcist Believer, this is directed by David Gordon Green, and he's done the new Halloween trilogy. It was a promising start with the first and second, and then the third one that got mixed reviews. And I can understand the criticism with how people wanted to see more of Michael Myers just killing, but whatever they did with that story, following a romance, and it's just, people were not happy with that. And so with David Gordon Green behind this, helming the project with The Exorcist, and this is a popular franchise. I wasn't sure what's going to happen, and getting into it, I wasn't completely excited about it. But I was hoping to be proven wrong, and in the end, I thought the movie was okay, and it's not something I would want to watch again. The story, I just felt like it was lackluster. The premise of this is Leslie Odom Jr.'s Victor Fielding. He's a single father raising his daughter. So the beginning of the movie is like a prologue, just showing what happens with the family dynamic. Why is Leslie Odom Jr. a single father raising his daughter? And so we understand the dynamic now with what happened with Leslie Odom Jr. And so now he's raising his daughter. It's Lydia Jewett portraying Angela Fielding. Angela is just trying to hang out with her friend. She wants to just hang out and not just hang out with her dad, and her dad's very protective. Yeah, so for the story with The Exorcist Believer on why the two kids are possessed, the two kids, Catherine and Angela, they go into the woods. They're missing. They come back, and they're different. And now the parents have to figure out what's happening. Are they sick? What's going on? Let's take them to the hospital. And if things are getting worse, what can they do? And, of course, since this is The Exorcist, they're going to seek help from the religious types and have them perform exorcisms. And so what I liked about this is the setup between just the possession with Angela and also with Catherine. And with Angela, you can kind of feel where she's coming from. And once she is possessed, it slowly starts to just build up. And this causes worry for Victor, the dad, Leslie Odom Jr., so it makes sense. And also with Catherine being possessed with the other parents, and slowly they're just doing things that would cause concern, like just breaking their nails, scratching their nails with cuts on their bodies, and just different abnormal behavior from what they've been doing before. But just seeing the worry of them being parents, I can see that, I can understand that, and I'm rooting for them, just hoping that their daughter's going to be okay and not be possessed, but they are possessed because this is an Exorcist movie, and once they're possessed, you're wondering, oh, what's happening? What's going on? Yeah, and it's no secret that Ellen Burstyn, she's reprising her role as Chris McNeil, and she's in this, and so I was excited about this when she was going to be featured in this, and so it's just getting to see her. I think that was cool, and just catching up on what she's up to now. I feel like if you're watching this, your level of enjoyment is whether you're going to buy into this whole third act of the film. And the third act, it's a doozy, because in the first film, right, it's these priests, they come, they do the exorcism, and it's just the priests doing their thing. And I think with the third act, it just becomes a jumbled mess because they're trying to introduce other elements and having different religions and all that, just trying to help out with the exorcism. And because of that, I think it just feels like it's all over the place. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of, if you watch The Mummy, there's a character named Benji, and Benji is the type that's trying to pray to different gods. He's got the different items and all that, hoping to have one of them answer his prayers. And that's what it felt like for the third act with this film. And I just felt like, what is this movie trying to do? It's like it's just all over the place. And the solution for the third act and just how everything resolved, I'm just like, why? Why did it happen like the way it did? And so I don't want to go too much into detail, but I might go into detail with the spoiler review of this movie if I do release it. And as much as I like Ellen Burstyn reprising her role in this, I just felt like her role is just kind of wasted. It's like a wasted potential. It's like they bring her back and pretty much it's kind of pointless. Like her character is kind of pointless in this film. Like you can take her out and there would be like no effect. But I think like the only reason she's in there because she's a legacy character and people want to see her again. Yeah, so I think just overall, just this whole setup is interesting. And the more I think about it, the more I'm talking about it, the more I'm just like, oh my God, I just do not like this movie at all. And especially with the third act and what David Gordon Green has done with this, just the way everything is resolved and all that. Yeah, so once the film comes out, let me know what your thoughts are on the film, on the third act, on the possessions, on whether you agree with me or not with Ellen Burstyn and her role. But yeah, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. With that said, I'm John, and I'll see you guys next time.